Good afternoon and happy Tuesday to all of your sunshiny faces. I thought it was still Monday, guys. No, I got. What are you doing? Why are you upside down in my lap? Look at him. I'm just gonna go over here and go yawn. And then Charlie's gonna go over here. Would you stop getting your little nails stuck in my sweaters? That happens all the time. Fast his tail's going. Why'd that happen all the time, Jarpy? Oh, I love you, my big baby. Are you a big baby? Are you a big baby? Oh, you're such a big baby. You're such a big baby, but you love your mini loved. That's what big babies like. Anyways, guys, yes, happy Tuesday to all of your sunshiny faces. It is Tuesday, and I woke up late today, guys. It is only right now 11:20, so I'm gonna take a shower early tonight. Last night I was up late because the Bulls, I told you guys, they were on that whole, they had a California road trip thing that they were on. So all their games were starting at 9 something o'clock, and then even too the Hawks, last week's games, most of theirs towards the end of the week were all starting at 9 o'clock also. So today the Hawks played 7:30. I watched that, and honestly, guys, there was two really, really questionable calls that both went against the Blackhawks. One was they scored a goal, they called it goalie interference. And then another goal that the other team had scored was scored with the high stick, and they said it wasn't scored with the high stick. Really questionable calls that would have got the Hawks to win, or most likely would have, because it was a 1-1 game. And then they didn't make that goal, so it was still 1-1 game. And then the other team ended up getting the goal, so it was a 1-2 lead that the other team had. And then at the very end, they ended up... we pulled our goalie, they scored on an open net, and then we ended up scoring, and we couldn't score again. So final was 2-3, but like I said, it was a very questionable game, and I think it's going to be under a lot of review, because, I mean, really, it was two, I guess, not... two really, I think, bad calls, because, again, I don't really know if the goalie interference was goalie interference or not, because it was funny, too. The announcers kept saying, they said, in the NHL, or in the NFL, they don't know what a catch is, and in the NHL, they don't know what goalie interference is, which is completely true. They have all these rules, and they have replay and stuff like that, but there isn't a consistent basis across, what is, you stepped out of bounds here, that's out of bounds, the white line's out of bounds, or, this and such and whatnot, and, they have, review and things like that, and half the time end up getting it wrong, in this situation, like I said, with the goal, the puck being knocked down with a high stick, and ended up scoring, the other team's goal, when, I mean, at certain angles you could tell, so I don't really know what they were looking at or what was going on, but then again, but they ended up calling our goal back because it was goalie interference, and, that's the type of thing that on the ice, they called it a good goal, but then when they went back and reviewed it, they were like, oh, no, now it's not, and so, that kind of stuff, and, the announcers were just saying, even, too, how, it's confusing for especially, the fans that are there at the game watching, because they don't get an explanation as to what's going on, and, it takes up, a good 5-10 minutes, especially for both of those reviews to be reviewed, and they also had to review another one too to see if it was the goal that ended up being called goalie interference was kicked or not, because if the puck is kicked, then it's technically not allowed to be a goal, but they reviewed that one and said that it wasn't, and then they had to go back and review the play again to see if it was goalie interference. So that was a whole headache, guys, and they even showed two other games that were played where there was more goalie interference, or what could have been called goalie interference and was probably more likely to have been called that, ended up not being called in two different games, but then in this one where there's minimal contact, they ended up calling it. So yeah, it was a bizarre game and stuff like that, and really depressing because we were on the opposite side of, the way all these rules were being called. He's falling asleep, guys. It's really stinking cute. But I did, guys. I got 4 vlogs edited today. So I'm just like a couple days behind right now. I need to get them uploaded. I also made dinner for tonight, and like I said too, I woke up late, but I did do dishes, and I think I don't know if I'm going to do laundry or not tonight, because Matthew and Jack never took care of their basket, and my dad took care of my parents' baskets, but every like couple days, you know, when I do laundry, and the baskets get full, and I need someone to take care of their, you know, put away their clean clothes and everything like that. So you guys, seriously, he's actually falling asleep. Do you guys see his eyes are closed? So, I did do dishes, though, which was nice. And like I said, too, I got to those vlogs. So, I mean, considering that I woke up so late today, I honestly, guys, woke up at like 12:30 or 1 o'clock or something like that. By the time I was done with all of my morning chores, which are at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, not considered morning anymore, but like woke up, fed the dogs, took them outside, you know, got my breakfast, got my coffee, which again, it's lunch at 2 o'clock. You know, it was practically 2 o'clock by that time. That was actually like, I finished my breakfast, my coffee and everything like that. I still hadn't even finished my coffee though by the time Jack came home, which was at 3 o'clock. Which was ridiculous. So yeah, I'm happy that I'm going to bed earlier tonight, because, you know, yesterday, the thing is too, guys, I seriously don't know why I couldn't fall asleep last night. I took my melatonin and I was laying in bed. Maybe I tried to go to bed too early last night or something. I have no clue, but seriously, I went to bed and ended up like, I woke up, like, I didn't fall into like a deep sleep. Like, I'd wake up like every like 20 minutes or something like that, and I never actually like fell asleep. I feel so bad I have to get up because he's falling asleep on my lap, which is so cute, guys. Seriously, look at him. He's so asleep. I keep rubbing his legs and it's like putting him to sleep. Oh my gosh, you're so cute, Charlie. You fall asleep. And then him down here, he's chewing on his own feet. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to move. So guys, I finished making those kale chips. So you guys can see, or not kale chips, spinach chips. I told you guys how I love spinach chips way, way, way better than kale chips, honestly, because I feel like I don't dehydrate them well enough, or like they don't get dehydrated enough maybe, or something like that. And I don't know, it's just because like they don't lay flat either, so I'm not totally sure, but for whatever reason, I can't make kale chips as good as the store brand that I've tried before. And so I tried making spinach chips though, and these are so stinking good. This was probably about an entire gallon size freezer bag. Once you guys dehydrate them, you guys can see it gets down to about this. I did honestly eat a lot already because they are so stinking good. But honestly, all I end up doing is just toss them with a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of salt. And then I think, let's see, what did I leave this at? It was baked to, or 125 for I think about 8 or so hours. And I think that was it. But honestly, guys, it didn't like, it could have been a little bit shorter. I added, I think a little, maybe about like 2 extra hours, only because some of them were on top of each other, and like they say leave them on a flat, you know, so they dry well. But a couple of them, they were sticking to each other, and I wasn't wasting time to try and individually lay them all out completely straight. But I don't know what it is about kale. I don't know. Like, honestly, kale chips to me have more of a like a green texture, if that makes sense, or like taste to them, where they taste more like greens, and spinach to me doesn't. And honestly, spinach chips just like melt in your mouth. They seriously just taste delicious. And like I said too, they taste like, I don't know how to describe it, but kale chips to me just taste very like greens. Spinach doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't have that taste. So that's why I think I prefer spinach chips, and like I said, I can actually make them well, whereas I feel like I can't do kale chips justice myself. Maybe if I try a little bit more, but honestly, I don't like buying an actual stock of kale. It's that like not shredded, but like chopped kale at Aldi. So I might try that as well, but I don't know. I personally like the taste of spinach better. And I also don't like kale on its own. I actually like kale over, like I've made kale flatbreads before, and Matthew really loves them too. And I like that, maybe because it's mixed with something else, but I don't like kale. I've tried kale soup before. I've tried kale, like salad. I don't like the taste of kale by itself. Honestly, I'd rather have lettuce, and I don't really even like that lettuce that much. But I will eat spinach raw just by itself. I'll eat it like dehydrated like this in chips. I love spinach, honestly. I really like the taste of it. The one thing I don't love a ton is when like warm kale. Like if you're mixing it in with soup, or if you were mixing it in with, I'm trying to think what else. Like, even just like, I have made like the spinach quesadillas, which I actually really like, but I just don't necessarily love the taste of warm kale. Or warm spinach, I'm sorry. But I do like the dehydrated kale or spinach. I keep saying kale, guys. Or just regular plain spinach, like just a salad or whatever. And I will honestly even just eat it without like dressing, or like without hardly anything else on it. Like I could just eat them like regular chips without, you know, just being like completely fresh from the refrigerator. I prefer spinach over any type of green, probably. So I'm going to take a shower and head to bed, though. I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.